We always wonder about this being a trap game, so to speak, because I mean we got so up for the Missouri game, so excited, and then the disappointment of not being able to finish at the end. Long road trip back, day off, couple days, to get prepared. But I felt like in the first 2 or 3 minutes we came out firing on all cylinders. But after that first time out, I think we exhaled and kind of cruised the rest of the way. But it was a very physical game. There were a lot of fouls. It was very hard to get kind of into any rhythm. But there were some really good things that we saw tonight. And the ability to get all of our kids on the floor is always special because they work hard. They were the scout team for getting us ready for these games. So to be able to reward them is something that I always look forward to.
Seeing Macy and Caitlin on the floor together, how well did they mesh together and kind of form a duo where that post and guard presence?
Well, they just from day one, when Caitlin got on campus, she roomed with Macy because we wanted to get that dynamic because I don't think people realize how important it is for you to have that special connection off the court as well as on the court. So that year that they spent that time together was really good, but they just know how to play together. It's like they've played together for a long time, and when you have all-conference player on the wing, and then you have an all-conference player in the post. I mean, they're tough to guard, especially when you put them in screen roll because you've got to pick your poison. And when Macy's shooting the ball as well as she's shooting it right now, and Caitlin finishing around the rim, those two are really taking up a lot of attention. And then we've got other kids on the floor that can score as well.
We talked to you about her the other day after the Missouri game, or at least Jeff did. You talked about those young players playing, but Kaysen getting the start tonight. How much do you envision that role of hers continue to grow, maybe even starting more games down the future and continuing to just kind of evolve her game at the collegiate level?
Well, the thing about Kaysen is she's so solid. She's not going to do anything spectacular, but she's not going to do anything to hurt you. She's a great teammate, great communicator, great defender. And she's somebody that actually, even at her young age in her collegiate career, third game into her career, is very calm. I mean, it's not really anything that there's no moment really too big for her. And her and Clara both proved that at Missouri. When you throw them in those situations and they handle themselves the way they do, I had no doubt that she would be just fine tonight. But, she's just a very solid piece that we know that we can count on. And we also like to bring scoring off the bench. Clara's a little bit more of a scorer. So we went with that rotation tonight.
How close is this team to 100% healthy? I know Sanders Woods wasn't, is still not available. Lex wasn't here tonight. How close is the team to 100%?
Well, Bria is finally back full contact practice, so we're really excited about her progress. Doesn't look like it slowed her down any. Our hope for her is to have her back the November 27th game, so that's pretty quick, and we're really excited about her progress. She's worked really hard. And, our doctors and trainers has done an amazing job with her rehab to get her back this fast. So, she changes everything when she comes back because she's a dynamic guard that we don't have. She has the speed and she has a different game than any of our other guards. So, really looking forward to have her back as soon as possible. Other than that, it's just kind of going to be a day-to-day.
What's the takeaway between the last 80 minutes of basketball between Mizzou and now? I mean, two different types of basketball games, obviously. But coming off of Mizzou, what were you looking for tonight against a Cumberland team that probably came in with not much to lose and a lot to gain?
Well, if we continue to shoot the basketball as well as we're shooting, offensively, we are playing pretty well. Now, defensively, we still got a lot of work to do. We're working on that. We have seen growth. But I said all along, we spent a lot of time on offense because the one thing I learned in my first 4 years here, if you don't score, you can't win. It doesn't matter how good your defense is. I've always been a defensive coach. I've been like, we got to guard, we got to stop people. Well, that's different at this level. And so we have worked a lot on our offense. We have worked to put our players in the best position possible to score, spent a lot of time on that. So we're actually having to go back now and refocus some on defense, and that's on me. But we defensively have got to continue to get better. But, with the shooting percentages in the first 3 games, if we can continue to shoot the ball well and have 3 or 4 people in double figures, I think that we're going to be able to do some things because, again, we have to guard the other teams, but they have to guard us as well.
Shall I ask Caitlin about this? I've been noticing this with her, watching her play. I haven't seen someone catch the ball as well as she does down low. Have you? Have you had a player who catches the ball as well as she does?
We definitely haven't had a post player like that. She just has got great hands, great feet. I think something that's overlooked is her footwork. I mean, but she came here with that. I mean, she's just outstanding. But her ability to catch the ball and do things with it and maneuver herself, her ability to step out in the floor, she can extend her game to the three. I mean, God blessed us when she said yes, because she's a hard player to get at this level. She had a lot of offers and a lot of opportunities, but I felt like our relationship was really good. And and she took a chance on us, and I think that at this level she is going to shine and continue to shine. But all that is a credit to her. She works hard. She's in the gym getting things done, working on her shooting and working on everything. And she's done a really good job of getting her body in better shape. I mean, she moves really, really well for her size, and that's a credit to her and our strength and conditioning coach.
She said that in practice y'all intentionally try to make her move, throw bad balls, I guess. See what she can do.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the individual workouts is, we'll throw it out of her area, go get it. We're not going to make good passes every time. Passes are going to be deflected. We can't just sit and wait for balls. So, I mean, that's just something that's part of her growth. But, our assistant coaches do a great job of player development, and it's something that they work on.
How much will entry passes be a focus in practice over the next few days? I saw some face palming from the entire staff. It was an even frustration, a lot of turnovers, I thought, tonight.
Oh, yeah, the turnovers were ridiculous, and we should have learned our lesson, because at Mizzou we only had 7, but they scored 12 points off those 7 turnovers in the first half. Every time we made a mistake, they capitalized, which is what good teams do. But we were just taking some things for granted tonight. We were taking for granted that we were going to be open and that we didn't have to post hard and open up and seal. So part of that is because we weren't mentally focused in doing the things that we have done well so far. But there'll be plenty of reminders on clips this week, and that'll be a focus area that we work on. And it was, one thing is not very many coaches go in disappointed at halftime, but I was not pleased with our effort. I thought they got every hustle ball. I thought they were on the floor more than we were. And it was just kind of like we came out ready to go, but then once we realized that we were going to be superior, we didn't play to our level. And I told them we're not playing the team, the name on the other jersey. We're playing for Murray State, and we're playing to get ourselves better. We've set a bar at a certain standard, and that's our expectation. So Wednesday's practice will probably be something they're not looking very forward to.
Is that the situation with the offensive rebounds? Sometimes it looked like they got a lot of long offensive rebounds on y'all tonight.
Yeah, it was hustle plays, but sometimes when the ball's coming off long like that and you get a block out and it goes over your head, I mean, I understand that those things happen, but I'd like to see us at least pursue the basketball. I felt like that at times they just out-hustled us, and that's not acceptable at any time, especially with this basketball team.
Last year, you talked a lot about toys in the toy box, different players who come out and do different things. How far are you willing to take your bench this year? I mean, I'm sure there's not a hard number, but where do you see minutes, and how far do you go down the rotation and down the line?
Well, I think that depends on them. We've got some players that have come in and give us good minutes in these situations, and that's what you're looking for. You're looking for people that are going to come in and do things. I don't care if it's a superior team or a lesser team. What are you going to do when you get that opportunity? We've had some kids step up and do that. We're pretty deep in most of our rotations, which is special. Bria coming back is going to bring a whole different dynamic to that. So, I mean, that's something that the coaching staff is looking at. We've got to figure out, who plays well together, get her back going, get her minutes, and try to figure it out. But it's a problem that's good to have, because in the past we have had no options. And so to be this deep and to be this confident in how many kids we can play is something that's reassuring for the future of this long-term season.